We believe in TNA. We believe in TNA. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Joe Hendry, it's officially done with NXT. He's back on TNA. We believe in Joe Hendry, therefore, we believe in some total non-stop action. And that's why Fog Wrestling is here to review TNA for the 5th of September. 2024.
It could be a one-time only deal, but Joe Hendry's there, and until he's not there, I'll be reviewing TNA.
Alright,
Please
we're back.
leave next week, Joe.
You gotta leave, Joe. Come on, Joey. You gotta do it. Anyway, right, so we start the show with a recap of Emergence, where JBL emerged, but he's only going by JL this time. He's not going by the B's done. He's no Bradshaw anymore.
It's not quite the same.
He's just John Layfield. It's not really
John Laurinaitis for a
down. Like, I mean, I don't get it. I guess he's trying to get a new brand because the fact that they're working with TNA the way he could have turned up in TNA as JBL. But I think it's because he's trying to get over and he's been in all these shitty wrestling companies where I suppose he doesn't like turn up in TNA one week as JBL and then turn up in Mexico the next week as John Layfield, you know? It doesn't really work there.
I mean, either way it works, doesn't it?
Like, can John Layfield now go to some AAA promotion in Mexico and just try and push them all over the border?
I mean, I'd accept that. Would you accept
that? I think that's what we need, but yeah. Anyway, we got a recap of Emergence. The System come out to the ring. The System and a couple other people. You got Masha Slamovich in there, and you also have the other guy, GCD, who I believe is this Fandango or Johnny Curtis? I don't really know who it is, but he's hanging around with the System. Moose says he's going to beat Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Title at Victory Road. Edwards and Eddie and Brian, they say they're going to get tag team titles back around their shoulder, whatever. And that's pretty much it. There's a tag team match for tonight. Moose says that if he and JDC win, JDC will officially become a member of the System. However, if they lose, JDC is out. But I don't know how JDC can be out if he's not officially a member in the first place. So, I mean, answer that for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be out. It's something that you were never in, but it's TNA. We haven't watched it in about, 6 months. It's actually incredible how long it's been since we've watched TNA. Time flies when you're not having fun.
I remember watching Alex Hammerstone versus Josh Alexander.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent match, to be honest, but it is what it is, and now we're back talking about it, the System.
Yeah, Gia Miller then interviews Eric Young. He talks about losing to Steve Macklin. Tonight he's facing Jake something. We get another clip of JBL. Nick Nemeth hasn't told anybody what JBL said to him. That's because JBL didn't say anything to him. So, I mean, fuck. You know, it is what it is. It's just like whispering in his ear and pretending there was something really cool happening, but in reality nothing's happening. Kind of just like when Kevin Owens whispered in Cody Rhodes' ear. And we're supposed to pretend that greatness is happening. But, I mean...
See things like that, it's because they've got nothing.
Oh, what did he say? Oh. Like, see when it's The Rock whispering something, I can accept it because you actually give a fuck.
Aye.
But
The Rock could be whispering the nuclear codes or something.
Yeah, what could Kevin Owens have possibly whispered to Cody Rhodes, by the way, that you would actually care about?
I'm fit. Well, it's nothing we don't already know.
I slept with your daddy or something. I mean, you know, I guess... I honestly don't...
fat boys rolling around in polka dots.
Anyway, I don't get it. We then get Kushida taking on Laredo Kid. There was a no contest here. Kushida got on the mic. He challenged Alexander because Alexander came out and screwed him, basically. So we get Kushida versus Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander defeats Kushida with a C4 spike in 10 minutes. Good for him, I guess. Backstage, Joe Hendry helps Kushida to the back. I guess Kushida's hurt. Hendry and Alexander look at each other. That's it. Jordan Grace then walks to the ring. I just cannot stand Jordan Grace. For some reason, every time you talk about her, you call her Jordana. It's Jordan. There's no Jordana.
I was trying to make her sound better than what she is.
Like, she fucking sucks, and she sounds like a man. I guess all those, like, drugs and...
hormones.
It's not a good look. Anyway, she does an open challenge. How long she had the belt for? Feels way too long.
Way too long, but Jordan, not good enough, man.
Anyway, Arania Grace comes out. Someone actually looks like a woman, sounds like a woman. she's got her Miss NXT sash. I guess it's easy for her to appear on TNA now, considering her daddy runs the show. Well, doesn't really run the show, but he pretends to run the show. Speaking of Ariana Grace's daddy, where was Santino Marella tonight? Nowhere. Didn't see him.
I like Santino Marella, so seeing him would mean a lot to me.
Yeah, so
It
Ariana
mean a lot. Maybe reel that back a wee bit, but
means something.
it would mean something
Jake
more.
something. What a fucking name that is. But yeah, Ariana Grace isn't fighting tonight, but she's brought out Carmen Petrovic, another woman that looks a lot better than Jordan Grace. But then again,
Who doesn't?
I mean, you could pretty.
Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, the list goes on.
No man can bring us home, buddy. I mean, fuck. I mean, what next? Nyla Rose gonna come out and say that shit?
I know.
There's not a beast that can take me home. Take me home. Country road, take me home. Anyway, right,
take me home.
Jordan Grace defeats Carmen Petrovic with the title on the line. I mean, who cares? Rosemary was looking on through the rafters. I mean, whatever. The lights went out, then they came back on. Grace was laying there. There was a pillow in the ring, and Rosemary was laughing. We're supposed to believe that Wendy Chu turned up and hit Grace with the pillow, but we all know that didn't fucking happen. There was no way Wendy Chu turned up to appear in an off-screen segment where it was pitch black and you couldn't see anything, just to hit Jordan Grace with an imaginary pillow. Well, a real pillow, but you get my point.
Yeah, it's like, how with a pillow? What was it, loaded with bricks or something? Like, what's the gimmick there?
Anyway, who knows? Then we get First Class interrupting an ABC promo. I thought this was very, very cringe. But you know what? That big fat guy, AJ Francis, I think he's no bad. He sounds like he's top dollar. Or maybe it's just the levels of TNA. An absolute jobber if WWE goes to TNA and they feel big. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
No,
on AJ Francis?
The guy is literally over for botching and having diabetes. I mean, there's worse reasons to be over,
it's better to be over for shit reasons than not to be over.
And be shit.
Well, yeah.
It is shit though, that's the problem.
We get a mysterious black woman speaking a foreign language. There was subtitles. Japanese, I believe. No turning back. Me coming to TNA. Me love you a long time. So who cares? I mean, another Japanese wrestler that doesn't speak English. That's just what we needed. Oh yeah, TNA obviously looking at what draws in WWE and AEW, and they thought what we need is someone from Japan. Alright. Then we get Sakura Wentz. He comes out, cuts a promo. Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, Gay Boy Mike Bailey comes out, Goofball Mike Bailey comes out. He says, "I want my rematch at Victory Road." Then the Good Hands walk out. The Good Hands. It's a bit of a strange name for a tag team, but it could grow on me. The Good Hands. Then they're wearing t-shirts that say something about hands. Yeah.
That'll never grow on the Good Hands. What is he, a doctor? A non-say doctor? What is he? Or they?
The Good Hands then attack Bailey and Wentz. Jade Chung then says Santino has made a tag team match with these wrestlers. How did she know? Santino got her on speed dial? Where fucking was he?
He wasn't there, man.
Can he not come out and make the match himself? No, he can't do that. So then we get the tag team match. Mike Bailey and Sakura Wentz. They win in 5 minutes. Bailey then picks up the X Division belt, hands it to Wentz. Wentz doesn't seem happy that Bailey was touching his belt, but Bailey's actually pretty homo in real life, I believe, so he's lucky that's all he was touching.
Yeah, well, that's not good, is it?
No.
Mac Bailey's got a squeaky voice, Mac Bailey.
Anyway, we then get Steph DeLander backstage, told PCO to stay in the dressing room. We get clips of NXT, which is kind of weird to see on a TNA show, but whatever. We then get a Rosemary promo in a cage. Who cares? Just looks like a Poundland fucking Ruby Riott in my eyes. Maybe a slightly more attractive Ruby Riott, I guess.
But again, when you look like Ruby Riott, either side of the scale you're going to look bad, aren't you?
Still, I'd take Ruby Riott over Shayna Baszler any day of the fucking week.
Most people would take a whale over, or a pig or something, or a sheep. Scooby-Doo.
Right, Steph DeLander then calls out Cardona. Wants to know why he's being like this. Says, we used to be best friends. We used to be tag team partners. Why are you doing this to me? Cardona then says he owes her an apology. He says he's sorry. He's sorry that he didn't crash the wedding earlier and she actually married PCO. Steph told him not to disrespect her and he doesn't own her. And then he pulls out this contract and he says, you're wrong. I own your ass. And then he goes on a rant about all these things that he's done. Said he pulled her out of obscurity. He got her signed in companies. Got her on the cover of Pro Wrestling magazine. Got her into America. Got her a job in TNA. Cardona says that Steph DeLander is his property and he owns her. So I don't know what this NXT TNA partnership's doing, but that's twice this week we've seen, questionable things being said that we wouldn't really see in wrestling lately.
It felt straight out of Trish Stratus McMahon 01 to me. But you know what? If they're going to rip off stuff from the past, you may as well use the stuff that was good.
Now, I actually did see this full segment earlier, and it was actually pretty damn good, I thought. So,
no, I thought it was. Yeah, the mashed up shitey YouTube highlight version I seen was alright, to be honest.
No, I watched the full thing. It was actually kind of the reason why I wanted to watch TNA, because I thought, fuck, that was actually good. And what I thought it... See, this is what I want in WWE. See, yes. Sorry. What? See, this is what I want in WWE, right? See, Cardona came across here. He came across as a heel and a dick and all that. But he came across as strong. He came across as a man that had a backbone, that wasn't just afraid or bowing down or cowering to a woman. And he didn't strike Steph DeLander and she didn't strike him, and they didn't need to.
Yeah.
She was equally having a go at him at the beginning, but then he was allowed to fire back with rhetoric. And you just don't get this in WWE. Like, go take my point. Look at the Rhea Ripley Dominic way to start Raw.
No, it's pathetic.
Dominic has to cower, and basically at the end of every sentence, Rhea Ripley can threaten to beat him up, batter him.
Yeah.
I'll get another black eye. I'll choke you out. I'll do this. I'll do that. Whereas Dominic has to tiptoe around things. So I thought this was good how Steph DeLander basically called out Matt Cardona for, treating her horribly and being a shit friend and all this stuff. Then Mark Cardona was like, you know what, I'll do whatever I want because I own you. And it was realistic. So respect to TNA. I thought this was a really good segment.
It was. They actually opened... See, there's a lot of potential with these intergender feuds if you just utilise it right.
Nah, these two have been good together. I don't know how they randomly paired up, but I mean, I think it worked for both of their careers.
See if they were going to drag it out, you need to start doing stuff like this. It's been the same shit now ever since Rhea Ripley returned, and it is week in, week out of Dominic Carr and the rest of Judgment Day Carr, and Liv's the only one allowed to attack Rhea, but she's allowed to attack 5.
Even look at the way Cardona has got the contract, and he's getting in her face aggressively. You can't do that in WWE.
No, but why is that?
Dominic Mysterio has to be a little shitebag and just kind of almost stand off and just take all these threats for Rhea Ripley. It's fucking embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing.
But why is that though?
Because WWE's fucking pathetic, and I don't think they want to do it.
TNA's also has tendencies to be woke.
I know, but I don't even think it's a woke. I think it's just because WWE's got all the
mainstream,
a publicly traded company, whereas TNA's kind of it's an indie show, really, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Pathetic, man.
But anyway, this was good. Steph DeLander then takes the contract and rips it up. She scrumples it up, and Cardona's like, do you think that means anything? Think that means shit? I've got copies of that. My lawyers have got copies of that. So, you scrunching it up doesn't really do anything. PCO comes out, and then Cardona hides behind Steph DeLander, then he throws her into PCO before making the escape. Really good segment. I enjoyed that big time. And yeah, I enjoyed both. I was actually shocked when they got rid of her from NXT. Don't remember if she was in NXT.
Yeah, I don't understand.
She was the girlfriend of Duke Hudson.
Well, I would, yeah, a weird
Friends with
release.
Andy Hartwell.
A lot.
Remember
Yeah.
they had some like good wee segments with Dexter and stuff, and
Weird that they got rid of her, and that also the other guy for Chase University got released around the same time.
Bodie, aye.
Bodie, aye, so.
But then they bring in people like Ridge Holland, who's fucking old and like.
But you know what? I'd say it's probably the best segment I've seen in wrestling this month, easy.
No, it was.
I know only 6 days in, but yeah. I come back and ask me to start.
Well, don't worry. There'll be something better than on SmackDown. What do you want to talk about? No, but honestly, see all these WWE fucking fanboys, all these fucking retards. How can you get a good segment like this, but they'll pretend that Cody Rhodes coming out with the same generic cookie cutter boring crap every week's better? See in WWE, you don't get anything edgy. You don't.
No, you don't.
This is better than anything I've seen in WWE in a long, long time.
No, I agree.
Although the Drew McIntyre Punk thing, I did enjoy that. But outside of that, it's man, WWE, you just getting. WWE is fucking shit.
Yeah, but you enjoy the Punk McIntyre, but it's over a fucking bracelet. At least it got broke though on Raw, but.
No, I've seen people laughing about WWE, right, in AEW, and we can bash AEW, but the big thing in AEW is Hangman Adam Page burning down Swerve Strickland's house. The big thing in WWE is a broken bracelet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Night and day, everybody.
Right, and then we get the Hardys backstage. Matt talks about all the tag team titles they've won.
Get the coke, Jeff.
He's tired of hearing people say they were great. He says they are great. And they came to TNA and they're going to win the TNA tag team titles to prove it.
Get the coke, Jeff. Jeff just stands here nodding away, doesn't know where he is. I feel
darkness to the top.
Ever since he put the face paint on, man, Jeff Hardy has... No, what I think, honestly, really,
I have a theory, actually.
The first TNA run.
No, I have a... So wait, you think Jeff Hardy was shite when he came back in 2008?
No, I'm talking about drugs. I think going to TNA's was first properly killed. Well, what's your theory?
Well, is TNA ever fucking... Did TNA ever make anybody during that time? I don't know.
See, it's almost like they encouraged fucking drugs.
Look at Angle. Fuck me.
Kurt Angle turned into the fucking Slenderman that could do all these mad moves.
Fucking Angle goes to TNA and his life falls apart, his marriage falls apart. He loses 200 pounds, he loses about 2 feet as well. It's like, what the fuck?
I can actually understand why a lot of these guys pretend TNA didn't exist. Ric Flair, man.
TNA, what's that?
Rolling around in fucking underpants at like 70 years old, blading. Hogan beating up a fucking motorcycle club. What the fuck's going on? Good shit. Sting fucking got this Joker face paint hiding on top of bookshelves and fucking rafters.
I remember that they walked into the office and he's sitting on top of the fucking wardrobe or whatever. What the fuck? TNA. Cross the line, buddy. TNA was some good stuff. No, I don't think that's Jeff Hardy.
No, I don't.
I think it's just a random guy in face paint. Jeff Hardy could be in jail right now for all we know.
Indeed, overdose. Get the coke, Jeff. Get the coke, Jeff. Get the coke, Matt.
I don't think Jeff ever... I think the Victory Road for me. I think that was the nail in the coffin.
No.
What do you think?
No,
I don't think... Was it Hard Justice? Was it Victory Road or Hard Justice? The one where he gets beat off Sting. He's cooked at his tits. Aye, fuck. I think that done it for Jeff.
It did, didn't it?
He never really
recovered.
No. Sad thing is, his run in TNA was pretty damn good up to that. Immortal.
Why did he do it?
Customized World Championship, cutting decent wee heel promos.
Why did he do it?
Teaming up with Hogan and Bischoff and Flair, surrounded by fucking legends. Jeff Hardy is a legend, and then, that match against Sting. Pretty damn sad there, but let's move on then. Eric Young beats Jake Something. Jake Something then attacks Eric Young because he doesn't like losing, so there you go. We get clips of Joe Hendry getting beat off Ethan Page, which I just didn't want to see. Gia Miller then interviews Joe Hendry, talks about losing unfairly. He says he's got a TNA championship to chase. This seemed to please Gia Miller. We then got an announcement that TNA have signed Heather Reckless. She's the new Knockout. She will face Giselle Shaw next week. Obviously, she's going to lose. Ash by Elegance then appears. Tells her to leave. She does leave. Not really a great start to her career, just walking out because she was told to. Then Giselle walks in. Giselle says she's going to slap Ash. Ash says, I'd like to see you try. Then Giselle literally does slap her, then walks off, and that was that kind of flat, to be honest. Alright,
Like her chest.
oh god. We then got Henry and Satana. So Henry and his tag team partner Satana. I don't know who it was supposed to be, but I guess he's replaced
Could
him.
have been John Layfield for all we know.
Down. So we get the match. Henry gets taken out on the outside. Then Moose hits Santana with a spear, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. System then celebrate the win, and JDC is an official member. And Joe Henry loses again. So common trend there. Joe Henry can't seem to buy a win. We then get Nick Nemeth backstage. He's looking at his phone. He congratulates Moose. Says he's a fighting champion. Says he'll see Moose at Victory Road. And he says that Moose will not be able and never will be able to take him out. And that's pretty much it. Weird promo for Nick Nemeth, wasn't great. I don't think this is the guy to be champion. For me, he should be putting the belt on Joe Henry.
Yeah, I've no problem.
Something
with
fresh.
I have no problem with Nick Nemeth being
I
champion.
do. I've seen it before, man.
Yeah, but he's a draw. Right, he's not a draw, but nah, you're right. Fucking.
Do you
Joe.
think Nick Nemeth is a bigger draw? You think he's bringing in more fuse than Joe Henry into his?
I think the problem is with Nick Nemeth. I think he should have won it about 9 months ago. I think as soon as he came in, they should have just gave him it. I think they've waited too long. Why does every company wait too long? When was the last person to debut, right, and win the world title, like, within a couple of months? And when I say debut, they can also come in from another company. I don't mean start from scratch.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you can't win because if you bring somebody in, you put the belt on them straight away. Everyone's going to come. Oh, look at they're pathetic just putting a belt on him because he's a WWE guy. But then if they don't, you're like, well, you know, they've kind of wasted it. The fact is, I just don't give a fuck about Nick Nemeth.
No.
Didn't care about Dolph Ziggler. Don't care about Nick
He's
Nemeth.
44. Move on.
Oh, but you had great matches with The Miz. The IC belt was made relevant.
Fucking 8 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, 8 years ago. Anyway, guys, that is it. That's your TNA. I mean, it's nice to see Joe Henry. I really enjoyed the Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander promo. That was good. We got to see Matt Hardy cut a little bit of a promo. Jeff kind of just standing there nodding away. Overall, what did I think of the show? I mean, it wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was amazing. Out of 10, what will I give it? Oh God, 3 maybe. 3 out of 10.
I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Here, I give Dynamite a 3. Honestly, there wasn't much in it.
3 out of 10, guys. Right, I want to see get the belt back on the Hardys, and that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.